So something pretty interesting. Off to a solid start. Let me try again. Guys, something pretty interesting is happening on the Korean peninsula. That's actually way more interesting than it might initially sound. So bear with me. South Korea just started taking down what? Planes, drones, taking out ships? No, loudspeakers. From the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. South Korea had huge loudspeakers pointed at North Korea, blasting K-pop and news across the border for years. Now, here's why it's actually more interesting than silly. Imagine living or guarding the border as a North Korean soldier on duty, and the other side is just playing full BTS at you continuously, and you can't help but fall slave to the rhythm, as a Michael McIntyre reference. Now, jokes aside, though I do think North Koreans would struggle to keep a form if really catchy music was hitting them continuously. I don't listen to music myself, so I actually have no idea. But I'm assuming that it's going to be catchy because K-pop is a big thing, right? Even outside of East Asia. But here's the thing. This isn't just about being a better neighbor. Why did South Korea take down their loudspeakers? You might be wondering now that you've actually learnt that they have taken down the loudspeakers before. Because before this video, let's be honest, you had no idea what was going on here. Well, what we're actually watching is something pretty significant unfolding. For decades, you see, South Korea has basically been America's really reliable friend and ally in East Asia. But I call it proxy state, protectorate, right? Now, South Korea continues to have, for example, thousands of US troops still deployed there. It's America's proxy, essentially, as part of the first island chain that America reinforces with troops to keep China contained, right? South Korea is not an island in the first island chain, but it's still like a noticeable node. Just look at this map, okay? Honestly, sometimes I suck with explaining stuff so badly. I'm surprised you guys still stick around, but here you still are. So thank you for your support. Let me know where you're watching from down below in the comments. It's always nice seeing, I think the current front runners are South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Canada, Australia, got some New Zealand, got some UK, got some America in there. Malaysia has come up quite a few times. Much love to all of you guys. European countries have come up here and there. Huge thanks to all of you. Anyway, lately, what we're seeing is South Korea starting to make moves independent of America. This is the analysis now. We've talked about the news. This loudspeaker thing is President Lee Jae-myung's basically him saying, the South Korean president, maybe we Koreans can sort out our differences within the Korean peninsula. How about that? Because we don't need to rely on America. They're not some superior sort of body or organization or a more just nation that we have to sort of defer to try and gain peace. If anything, the understanding by a lot of these global South countries, even though there's no global South countries here, maybe North Korea, the understanding though by and large across the world seems to be America has caused more problems than it's fixed in the global South. I think that's not a particularly contentious viewpoint to have, though Americans might be upset to hear the bad news, but it is where it is. Now, while Korean unification is still probably way, way down the road, this whole trend is pretty clear. Less drama between the Koreas as South Korea starts charting its own path, and North Korea, of course, is already aligned with the regional titan, Zhongguo, China. So there's potential that the Koreas are coming closer together diplomatically, becoming less hostile to one another as South Korea moves out from under America's umbrella, moves out of the American sphere of influence. South Korea's got its neighbor China right next door. It's got North Korea, literally the other half of the Korean peninsula, ethnically, culturally. The Koreas are basically brother or sister nations, if not something even closer than that, if that would be possible. So they might actually come closer together, especially if the US can't weaponize South Korea as a proxy against, the Northerners. First, obviously, North Korea was supported by the Soviet Union historically, and then China sort of took on that role of supporting North Korea in a ever isolating world where the United States led as the global hegemon. But don't worry, the most important thing, don't worry. there might be less drama on the Korean Peninsula, but that doesn't mean you'll get fewer K dramas. So your sisters, your wives, maybe you yourself, if you're a man, no disrespect, no judgment. If you enjoy a good K drama every now and again, me personally, I'm a train to Busan one and done kind of guy. I haven't really come across anything more interesting than that. I was pretty solid though, pretty scary at times. And there's a Korean culture where the theater just starts shouting like crazy. Everyone just is so interactive. It's quite wholesome. Anyway, sorry. Uh, for the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin, I'm Mahfouz, and I'll see you on the next one. And I don't care about crypto. If anyone's messaging you pretending to be me selling you crypto, forget blockchains. Block that account, bruv. It's a scam account. It's what I'm trying to say. See you on the next one.